Hey guys, it's Supercoach here from Kick It to Scoops. I am the sole admin of AFL information, trade rumors and results. You want to be part of the show, Kick It to Scoops? Send through your questions through the Facebook link, which I'll attach every show on the post. And if you want to email me at aflinfolive@gmail.com, send through your questions and you may feature on the show and be answered your question from yours truly, Supercoach, for free. Yes, for free. If you want to be on the show, as I said, send it through and I'll get back to you. Go Saints! Too easy this is. Yes, Scoops, come on mate. Keep going.
I had a dream of having a successful podcast. You now may say, Cooper, why is the light so dark? But at the moment, I'm in the darkness of not knowing when I will succeed to the big times. Hopefully it's around the corner, very, very soon. Craig McRae, Chris Green, Jaden Stevenson, Jack Perez, Sarah Riley, Tom Morris, the list goes on and on and on. Hopefully that is and many more things where the future will be brighter. As you can see now, the light is starting to become brighter. Hopefully that dream will be realised, and not only will I be acknowledged, but the dream comes true. It is time to welcome back for the second season of Kick It to Scoops. I had a dream of having a successful podcast. You now may say, Cooper, why is your light so dark? But at the moment, I'm in the darkness of not knowing when I will succeed to the big times. Hopefully it's around the corner, very, very soon. Craig McRae, Chris Green, Jaden Stevenson, Jack Perez, Sarah Riley, Tom Morris, the list goes on and on and on. Hopefully that is and many more things where the future will be brighter. As you can see now, the light is starting to become brighter. Hopefully that dream will be realised, and not only will I be acknowledged, but the dream comes true. It is time to welcome back for the second season of Kick It to Scoops.
On the way to the arena, it is none other than Scoops. It's Scoops. It is Scoops. We're going out here. We're charging in. See, leaving the rooms. We're going down the race. It's time. You can see down there. Time to go out to the middle. But how many runs today? 12-0. All it matters is you're going to hit it with Scoops. That's exactly what you're going to do. And you are all going to acknowledge me, the one. You're going to acknowledge me, the one. I am your explosive. I am the head of the table. I am king of fruit. I am Scoops. And you are going to enjoy everything here on Kick It to Scoops.
Hello everyone and welcome to Kick It to Scoops. I'm your host Cooper Gretsch, the sole admin of AFL information, trade rumours and results. I've got a very big show lined up for you guys today. We've got the world famous segment Scoops goes bang on 3 topics today. On Damien Hardwick sulking about COVID protocols, Joel Selwood continuously again let off for suspensions and his aggression towards Jack Ginnivan in particular, and the umpiring, of course, which has been absolutely pathetic this year, as it is every year. But it's on a whole new level right now, and I'll bang on about that shortly. We've got my Scoops medal. We've got the team of the week. We've got my Supercoach talk. I'm going to review and preview the rounds just gone and upcoming. Some news I'll go through. I'll briefly mention WWE WrestleMania, which was a 10 out of 10 show. It was absolutely phenomenal, and fair to say someone had a nightmare last night. Yes, a nightmare. That's it, that's right. Cody Rhodes returned to WWE after a 6 to 7 year absence. I'll have a separate podcast to go through it in detail. I'll get the scoop of Coos, but I'll briefly mention WrestleMania, the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin, give me a hell yeah. And Vince McMahon himself was in a match. Yes, the chairman of the board, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, was in a match. That was good to see as well. And yes, I said also some news. So we'll start off with this. You want me on Cameo? Head to cameo.com/Cooper G merch. There's stickers. There's stubby holders, there's hats, there's t-shirts, there's hoodies. I'm probably forgetting something because there's so many items for you on the shop to go and get yours today. Got my top on them, my only deal in boundaries t-shirt, the Scoops goes bang you a block t-shirt, Kick It to Scoops, the original top, and a new top which just dropped, the Cristiano Ronaldo and Scoops top. You want that top? There's plenty I've got so far. You can get yours today. It's on the shop right now, so go check the link in the description. Big Cartel AFL Trade Rumors is the site if you want to Google it, but the link is always in the description. Let's start off with the world famous segment Scoops goes bang. Joel Selwood, Joel Duckwood as I like to call him. Now people want to say this is nothing so much about his football skills and everything, and his so-called great player that people say he is. He's been past it for a couple of years at least. But anyway, that's not what I'm getting through. Now, the incident with Jack Ginnivan, he pretty much had him in a chokehold type look. And if you've seen the still photo, it shows that that was the case. Now, he's a dirty player. I don't care what people think of his playing ability. I think he's a great player. But his acts on field is dirty. I don't care what you think his off-field antics are, which one day you may find out about it. Maybe not. But, you know what? Look. He has put Jack Ginnivan in a hold that he should not have done. And you thought, oh, well, you know, he'll be rightfully suspended or fined in the tribunal. No. Was he suspended? No. Surprise, surprise. Was he fined? Nope. Was it even looked at, the incident? Nope. Colour me fucking shocked. He, again, repeatedly, week in and week out, gets let off. This was some average Joe, VFL type player from a club that the AFL don't love. He would have got an instant suspension, and at least the police explained Selwood has got absolutely nothing from it. This is bullshit. It is bullshit. And people tell me, oh, but he's a great role model. What the fuck is that? Any of that got to do with this act of Jack Ginnivan? It is pathetic. How he got let off is a joke. Dangerfield to get let off. Danger was on the player committee, so what a shock that Selwood been let off. Stephen Hawkins not at the AFL anymore, but he probably still has some influence on it. Or just purely because it's Joel Selwood or Joel Duckwood. He gets left off. And to match review, obviously, Michael Christian and the AFL. Lift your game, and he's absolutely pathetic. It's biased. It's blatant favouritism. And I guarantee you that if it wasn't him, they would have got suspended. Anyone else, bar probably a few additional names, would have got let off as well, which is just ridiculous.
what the act is. So you're basically telling me and everyone that every act that any player does what Selwood did to Ginnivan, if I see anyone get suspended for it, I'm going to bring this up again and to further prove the fact that Joel Selwood, gets looked after. And this is not just the first example of many. He's had plenty of instances where he's been let off. This is, again, the most recent one is an absolute joke. Seems Scott Pendlebury, the skipper, or former skipper of the Pies, sorry, no, the current skipper of the Pies, saying, he's cheating, he's staging Dangerfield as well. Runs in their DNA that Selwood and Dangerfield to flop, bitch, complain, and duck. And sook. You can add Chris Scott into the mix as well. That's their motto they live by. Sook, duck, complain, bitch, and moan. They were in the huddle of the Geelong song a few times, the umpires, and Selwood was clearly paying the umpires yet again before the game. And yes, that little bit about the umpiring of the money, yes, I'm sure it doesn't happen, but it sure as hell looks like they get paid for the way he blatantly gets favoured every single damn freaking time. Now we'll move on to the umpiring in general. Pathetic. That's so one's just a perfect example. Now, there's one in the Collingwood Geelong. I'm going to go, oh, he's being Geelong. Well, fact of the matter is, Isaac Quainer and another Collingwood player, late in the game, when the game was on the line, yes, Collingwood shouldn't have gave up that lead. Yes, I understand all that. But this is irrelevant in that case. They had, I think it was before the last Collingwood Geelong goal. So they could have got it, changed the game. Not talking about Cody Rhodes yet, he's changed the game. But yeah, this matter, the umpiring stuffed the game up for Collingwood in the end. Yes, Collingwood shouldn't have gotten that chance where they coughed up that lead. Yes, I know they can get that. Quainer tackled without the ball, no free. Arms in the air, tackled to the ground, still nothing. Another Collingwood player, I can't remember who the second player was, tackled without the ball, nothing, no free. Selwood instantly, 3 seconds, not even that later. Selwood ducks into a player, Collingwood player. Free kick, Joel Duckwood. If that does not show the blatant favouritism, I don't know what does. The umpiring is a joke. Bontempelli gets looked after. The other higher name players get a high ride with the umpires. It's an absolute joke. It's shown every single week, no matter what the team is, the big name players get looked after week in and week out. They should all be treated the same. If someone ducks and they get a free, well, I want to see everyone else that ducks that gets a free, but that won't happen because Joel Selwood and certain players get their preferential treatment, don't they? And Dangerfield as well. So it is absolutely bullshit. The AFL lift your game, but you don't lift your games. You've been doing it for years. Now, the other one, Dimma, you mad, bro, 2.0. Oh, he's probably been winning more than twice. We know last year when I said, Dimma, you mad, bro, 1.0. Well, Dimma, you mad, bro, 2.0. I'm not talking about NXT 2.0 or NXT Black and Gold, NXT 1.0. We're talking about Dimma, you mad, bro, 2.0. Now, he's had a little sulk that Sydney Stack was not allowed to play in the VFL on the weekend. So COVID protocols whinging, basically saying that, oh, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke, he says. But you know what, look, I'm going to get the quote up in a second, so just let me get it back up. So I've just gotten the story up now, so let's have a read of it. This is in reference to, it says, Sydney Stack not playing in the VFL, which had nothing to do with the AFL, by the way. Dimma sulks and says this: if we could just get rid of the close contact rule, Dan, that would be terrific. Would make everyone's life a hell of a lot easier. In reference to, I said, Sydney Stack being forced to miss the VFL game for protocols, which is fair enough. So still can. Now, the AFL rightfully seemed to distance themselves from those comments and said, and I quote, the AFL in a statement said today, we maintain the same position as we have for the last 2 years that the health and safety of everyone in the community is paramount, and we are led by the relevant state governments regarding the protocols that are required to keep the community safe and well. And they keep on saying that they're going to do the role, play our role in what we can to support their efforts in keeping the community safe. Dimma, Sydney Stack is useless. For starters, you didn't want to select him in the AFL, so that's completely irrelevant. And even if he was good, you selected him in the VFL. So what's that going to do with the AFL team losing? The St Kilda, you're just mad. The Saints demolished you. All hail the king. It was Ben King who destroyed you last year, and this year, the other king, Maxi Winks King, destroyed you.
at the Marvel Stadium in Maddie's match. You're just mad, bro. You really, really are. You shattered that Dusty's gone indefinitely. It may or may not come back. We don't know. That Cochin's done. Rewald's done. Your players are aging. They're done. You're in a rebuilding phase. You haven't faced it for a while. So you get madder and madder as the weeks go on. Remember when Jack Rewald last year said, "You'll be afraid of us"? Please, afraid. Yeah, Jack, we're really, really afraid. But Dimma, your comments about Dan and the protocols, it's pathetic. I'm glad no one's come out and defend you in that case in terms of the AFL. So, lift your game. But 2.0, you mad bro. I hope you guys enjoyed that segment of or those roasts of the world famous segment Scoops Goes Bang. Now I'm going to go through some of the news first. So Tom Hickey, this important Swans ruckman, is out for up to 6 weeks with an injury that is similar to before his knee injury. So 6 weeks. Yeah. Jack Billings, Brett Rowan said after the win yesterday in the post-match presser that Jack Billings had a minor setback on his hamstring injury. He was meant to be only a week away, but now it is 2 to 3 weeks. Jordan De Goey given 1 week talk about match review officers. Ridiculous, apparently a dangerous tackle on Dangerfield. Oh, what a shock, right, guys? And the big O from the Lions got a week for striking Tristan Cherry from North Melbourne. So, yeah, the De Goey one, it's an interesting one to see if the Pies or Lions appeal their decisions there. Yeah, now we will go and review round 3. It was all the way back on Thursday night at Marvel Stadium. It was the Western Bulldogs 71 defeated the Swans 60. The first win of the year for the Bulldogs. 0-2. They didn't want to be 0-3. Tim English was pretty solid. Nick Blakey was probably the Swans' best with Isaac Heaney and Justin McInerney. And Buddy. Dunkley McRae, and that done solid. Close win, but a win the Bulldogs will be happy with to kickstart their season. But the free kick count in that game was absolutely one-sided. The Bulldogs in Geelong, two sides to get the biggest right of free kicks. Whether it's frees that are actually given or non-frees that aren't given to the teams they play. They are the two most favoured sides in the competition by a country mile, and there's no way, categorically, factually, any way that you can tell me that they do not get a free right of free kicks to or against the opposition they're playing, or non-frees. But they won this game by 11 points, with the help of some people. Friday night at the MCG, Melbourne 99 defeated the Bombers 70, 29-point victory. Pretty convincing, I'd say. From the get-go, Melbourne were pretty good, and they're winless. They haven't had a loss so far. They're 3-0. Melbourne will be up and about. All the Demons fans after their premiership last year, they'll still be going. In the other Friday night doubleheader, after the siren thriller from the new GOAT, Jordan Dawson, the former Swan, Adelaide 96 defeated the Power 92. You had Lockie Murphy get hit by Sam Mays late in the game. A free kick, which ended up being after the siren. He couldn't take his kick because he hurt his neck. Jordan Dawson, a great kick of his left foot, about 50 out on the boundary, towards the boundary. Just under 50, maybe 48 metres or so. Sorry, I didn't get the tape measure out. But this is a great end for them. Lockie Gallant, a young forward, kicked 4. As did Elliot Himmelberg with some late goals for both of them. Todd Marshall kicked 5. Boak was great as usual. But Ken, is he in trouble? I know. Crows by 4 points in the showdown, and one to remember for the Crows. On Saturday at Giants Stadium, it was the Giants 83 defeated the Gold Coast Suns 57, 26-point victory. Yeah, Gold Coast piled on some late goals. Jerrys were pretty controlled throughout the whole game. Cornelio, Green, just to name a few. Brayden Pruce, all very good for the Giants, but pretty convincing in the end. Suns got about 3 or 4 late goals to make it look a bit more respectable. Game on Saturday night at the MCG, Collingwood 91 defeated by Geelong 104. 13-point victory. Choked a 30-odd point lead. Jeremy Cameron ended up kicking 6. Was pretty much a game changer for them in the end. As we mentioned before, one else was also a game changer for them. I'm boring. But yeah, 13-point victory. Yes, credit to come back. Yes, Collingwood shouldn't have gave up the lead. But you know what happened there. The other game on Saturday night was indeed the Brisbane Lions, 156, destroyed North Melbourne 48 by 100
and 8 points. North Melbourne, everyone was absolutely terrible. Maybe not Tristan Cherry, but the Lions, dominant players all around. Zorko, Neil, McCluggage, Lyons, Danaher, Zach Bailey, Lincoln, McCarthy. A lot of great players for the Brisbane Lions, and they were victorious by 108 points. And on Sunday, the Blues, I was going to say gone. Well, they were almost gone. They held on by 1 point. Jacob Redring got a mark on the 50, about 50 metres out with about 40 seconds left. Carlton 74 defeated the Hawks 73, Carlton by a point. They're up pretty early in the first quarter, Carlton. To Hawthorn's credit, they came back, fought hard. They hit the lead by a couple of goals, I think, or around the 10-point range, and 7 points maybe. And they thought there was a chance that they could hold on, but they didn't. Back-to-back goals for Carlton. In the end, Paddy Cripps was good. George Stewart had a good second half in particular. It was a pretty interesting game. Giath for the Hawks was pretty good as well. CJ. The game you've all been waiting to hear about me to go through. The Saints. Knock, knock. Who's there? Owen. Owen who? Oh, when the Saints go marching in Maddie's match, they absolutely destroyed Richmond in the second half. Particularly late in the third quarter. Not so much dominant, but starting to get some momentum back. In the last quarter, kicked 7 goals to 1. The Saints went bang, 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 and won by 33 points. Sorry, getting overexcited. It could have been 43 if Richmond didn't get a late goal from Bolton. But yeah, nonetheless, 33-point victory to the Saints, and it was absolutely awesome. Maxi Winks King, 4 goals late in the piece. Again, similar to last week. His last quarter was owned by the king of the AFL, Maxi Winks King. He's got a brother who's a king, but he's also the king of the AFL, Maxi King. Kicking 4, he was in beast mode. He went bang, 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 bang. Timmy Membry was pretty good, kicking 3 as well. Brad Crouch probably played his best game for the club, or one of anyway. Seb Ross was really good too, having 28. Jake Gresham was awesome. It was great to see Gresh back, having 32 possessions as well, and set up some goals. It was great to see. Ron Marshall and Paddy Ryder didn't have their best game, but the impact of them up forward did help the forward-line structure to free up Max King and Timmy Membry. And Dan Butler probably had his best game for a little while as well, kicking 2. Had about 10 touches. But if you watch the game closely, he was very impactful, set up a lot of scores, had 3 scoring shots for himself, and set up a few. So Dan Butler was great. And for Richmond, well, Shai Bolton was really good early, but not many other main contributors for them. The final game to go through on the games just gone was the Eagles and the Dockers, and fair to say the Eagles got given by their arch rivals, the Dockers, in the Derby, the old heave-ho by 55 points. Freo missing a few. I know West Coast is still missing a fair bit. The Dockers missing Mundy and 5 to name a few, and Sean Darcy. So, yeah, it was a great win for the Dockers, mind you. The Dockers 1-2 now. The Eagles have not won a game yet, and I don't see one coming anytime soon, although we'll obviously this week. I'm sure go through their game this week. But, the Dockers by 55 points. Brayshaw come into it after being tagged by Jackson Nelson, who did a good job early. McGovern and Shannon Hearn. Barras didn't play, you fool. McGovern and Hearn were the best for the Eagles, and Brayshaw, Lockie Schultz, Blakey Acres were good as well. Now, Brad Crouch, too, also got named best on ground, too, for the Saints game yesterday, and for the Dockers, it was Lockie Schultz in the Derby. Now, let's go... what else we're going to go through? We're going to preview the game shortly, but what I'm going to go through next is I'm just looking at my list in front of me. What is next on the agenda? In fact, we're now going to go through my team of the week. Now, obviously, very debated, my team of the week, and this is what I've gone with. Leave your thoughts down below too, and also, as I haven't mentioned yet, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Want to aim for 1,500 subscribers by the end of the week. We're at 1,400 at the moment, so I want to try and get to 1,500 if we can. Now, my round 3 AFL team of the week. From the back line, the pockets, Shannon Hearn and Changworth Giath. Fullback, Jeremy McGovern. Half back line, Sam Doherty and Tom Stewart. Centre half back, Tom McCartan. Wingers, Jay Gresham and Angus Brayshaw. Centreman, Clayton Oliver. Half forward line, Sam Wiedemann and Todd Marshall. Centre half forward, Jeremy Cameron. Forward pockets, Lincoln McCarthy and Dan Butler. And the full forward we spoke about just then, the King, the Winks, Max King. The Ruckman, Braden Pruce. Rovers, Jack Steele and Tim Taranto. Interchange, Zach Bailey, Stephen Cornelio, Brad Crouch and Jamie Elliott. Emergencies, Lockie Gallant from the Crows, Sam Walsh, Elliot Himmelberg from the Crows, Jordan Dawson from the Crows, and Sam Walsh, as I just said, from Carlton. I'll leave your thoughts on my Round 3 AFL Team of the Week, which I'm sure you all want to sound that off in the comments section below. Now, we're going to go through, we're going to preview Round 4. So let's go through that right now. The game starting on Thursday night at the Adelaide Oval will be the Port Adelaide Footy Club hosting the Demons at the Adelaide Oval at 7:40 Victorian time. Gee, it's in Adelaide. Adelaide Port have been disappointing the first 3 games, haven't they? I'm going for Melbourne, but is this the start of something for Port to come back? I don't know, but I'll tip Melbourne. On Friday night at the GMHBA Stadium for Geelong, hosting the Brisbane Lions. 7:50 Friday night Victorian time. I'm going to go the Brisbane Lions there. That were dominant, albeit against North Melbourne, who are dreadful. Saturday at 2:40 PM Victorian time at the SCG, we'll have the Swans hosting North Melbourne. Swans are going to win by 100 points probably too, or at least a big margin anyway. On Saturday, twilight match at Marvel Stadium, 4:35 Victorian time. We have the Pies hosting the Eagles. Collingwood should be far too good there. Saturday night at the MCG, we got Richmond, 7:25 PM Vic time, hosting the Western Bulldogs. Bulldogs should beat Richmond there. Also on Saturday night at 7:25 Victorian time, 5:25 Perth time now, will be the Dockers hosting the Giants, 5th v 13th. I'm going to go the Dockers because they're at home. On Sunday, 1:10 Victorian time, we've got Essendon hosting the Crows at Marvel. Go the Crows. I'll go the Crows. Hawthorn v the Saints. 3:20 Victorian time at the MCG. Really close game. You know I'm tipping St Kilda. Hawthorn were a bit lucky to, unlucky, to not get the win against Carlton in the end and be undefeated, but they're defeated now. Carlton are not yet. Next game. But I'm going for the Saints at the G. They play the G very well lately. I'm going for the Saints. We don't know when Zach Jones is back, so hopefully he's back soon. Final game of the round to go through for this week. 4:10 Victorian time. At Metricon Stadium, the Suns hosting the Blues. Ooh. I'll go Carlton. I'll go Gold Coast at home. I'll go... I'm going to tip Gold Coast at Metricon. Going to go the Gold Coast Suns there. I was going to tip Carlton, but I thought, at Metricon, we'll go the Gold Coast Suns. Now, it is time to go through my Scoops medal Brownlow votes for round 3. Now, let's go through them right now. Reenacted like the great Killen McLaughlin. Western Bulldogs v Sydney. Western Bulldogs, Jay Dunkley, 1 vote. Sydney and Blakey, 2 votes. Western Bulldogs, T. English, 3 votes. Melbourne v Essendon. Melbourne, E. Langdon, 1 vote. Melbourne, A. Brayshaw, 2 votes. Melbourne, C. Oliver, 3 votes. Adelaide v Port Adelaide. Adelaide, M. Crouch, 1 vote. Port Adelaide, T. Marshall, 2 votes. Port Adelaide, T. Boak, 3 votes. GWS v Gold Coast. GWS, S. Cornelio, 1 vote. GWS, T. Green, 2 votes. GWS, T. Taranto, 3 votes. Collingwood v Geelong. Collingwood, T. Adams, 1 vote. Geelong, J. Cameron, 2 votes. Collingwood, J. Elliott, 3 votes. Brisbane v North Melbourne. Brisbane, J. Lyons, 1 vote. Brisbane, Z. Bailey, 2 votes. Brisbane, Al McCarthy, 3 votes. Carlton v Hawthorn. Carlton, P. Cripps, 1 vote. Hawthorn, C. Giath, 2 votes. Carlton, S. Doherty, 3 votes. St Kilda v Richmond. St Kilda, S. Ross, 1 vote. St Kilda, J.
Gresham, 2 votes. St Kilda, B. Crouch, 3 votes. West Coast v Fremantle. West Coast, J. McGovern, 1 vote. Fremantle, B. Akers, 2 votes. Fremantle, Al Schultz, 3 votes. Now, the leaderboard after round 3. In third place, we got Lockie Neal on 5 votes. Equals second on 6 votes, we have Travis Boak, Ben Keys, and Christian Petrarca. And equal first, both on 7, are Tom Green from the Giants and Paddy Cripps from Carlton. Sound off your thoughts in the comment section down below. And without criticising, if you don't agree, that's fine. But if you're going to criticise, how about you name your 3 in return? Otherwise, I don't want to hear a bar from you. Now, if you're honest, and leave your honest thoughts down below. Now, because some people were probably asking about my rolling All-Australian team, when's that coming back, Scoops? Well, I'm thinking, I did say originally around this time, around 3-4 range, and now I think I'm going to push it back towards the mid part of the season, I think. I think that's what I'll go with. Now, when you go through my Supercoach talk, pretty average week for most tipsters, scorers in Supercoach. Got in the top 9%. I've gone up 1% in the rankings, so I'm happy with that. Top 9% so far. Scored just under 2,200. So, yeah, an okay week. Started off okay. Got the captain right with Oliver, but everything else, it didn't really happen. There was no rookies that went insane with scores. The premiums were pretty disappointing. Players kicking a lot of behinds, or their efficiency wasn't high. So, yeah, it was a bit disappointing overall. But if you ever want your help and my thoughts or advice on your Supercoach team, you just got to send me your team through Facebook or Instagram at AFL Info Live, or email me at aflinfolive@gmail.com, and I can help you out if your team you want, or anything else. If you ever want any other questions too, Supercoach related or not, on the show, you know what you got to do, and that is send it down in the comment section below. Now, my final thoughts are this. You want me on Cameo, head to cameo.com/CooperG, and merch, as I said earlier. Hats, stickers, Starby holders, t-shirts, hoodies. There's everything on there. Marks, I can't say it. Marks are on there as well. So, if you want any of that, just, yeah. So, and my other final thoughts are about WrestleMania. They just concluded an hour or so ago. And, yeah, I'm going to give a proper review in the wrestling podcast show. Scoops goes, get the Scoop with Coops, which I'll do probably this week sometime. But in terms of just a quick recap, it was great to see the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, is back. Great to see Stone Cold Steve Austin on both nights. Your tribal chief, your head of the table, Roman Reigns, being the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. And all around good show. The Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn match was good. But again, I will go through that in a separate episode of Get the Scoop with Coop. So, appreciate you all for tuning in. If you want any other segment, topic, advice, you know what to do. Just sound it off in the comment section or message me on Facebook or Instagram. And yeah, we'll sort something out on the night. And it's great to see, too, The Undertaker inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. But again, as I said, Get the Scoop with Coop sometime this week. We'll go through WrestleMania 2 nights in full. So appreciate you all. Until next week, everyone, have a great one. And the most important thing of all to remember is go the Saints, and of course, acknowledge me. Go Saints!